Bienvenidos a Rumbo al Éxito, el podcast donde los sueños, la cultura y nuestra comunidad se encuentran. This episode is sponsored by DMP Realty.
Hola, Erika Martínez con Rumbo al Éxito. Ahora tengo unos invitados que estoy súper emocionada de compartir su historia. Tengo a Danny y a Megan Pereira. ¿Lo dijo bien? ¡Ah! Son de Portugal. Me encanta el acento. Entonces, y ellos son agentes de bienes y raíces con Keller Williams aquí en Boise. ¿Sabes, Dani? Platícanos un poquito de tu historia. Where are you from? How did you get into real estate? I know you got some really cool, interesting stuff that people have to know about you because if anything, I'm telling you guys, his personality and his character is algo diferente. Algo diferente. Out of this world. So tell us a little bit about both of you. And then, of course, they're a married couple. You have it,
24 years,
yes?
Uh-huh.
Yes. So tell us.
First.
No, you go.
All right. All right. I'm Danny Pereira. I was born in San Jose, California. My parents immigrated here from Portugal. And,
Nice.
My dad was 13 years old, and my mom was 6. She turned 7 shortly after getting here. We're from the islands, so my mom is from the Azores Islands,
Nice.
Portugal, and my dad is from Madeira, Portugal. So, Cristiano Ronaldo, same island. So
Nice.
just raised to, work really hard, be honest, and help people where you can. And, we're all humans. So we just try to help one another most we can. I just grew up that way. And that's what led us to real estate, trying to help people. Just want to see everybody accomplish their goals in life and achieve their dreams, right? Because if I can own a house, so can anyone else.
Yeah.
You
Absolutely.
just have to put your mind to it. Tienes que tener una prestamista bien, como Erika Martínez.
¿Ya escucharon, eh?
So,
Escuchen bien.
Yeah. And that's where it starts, right?
Yeah.
We have to get people in with the professionals. We're living in a time where we have there's so much knowledge everywhere, right? We have cell phones. It's a computer that's in our pockets and our purses, and Google, and now you got ChatGPT, and people they punch in questions, and it's a broad answer. It's not, most of the time it doesn't fit every shoe. So it's like, people need to still talk to the professionals, get with a professional lender, get with a professional real estate agent, put a plan together. Don't wait till the last minute, and you can achieve your goals.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
Megan, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, goodness. I was born and raised
She's a
in.
troublemaker.
No, I'm not that too.
Did you guys get that?
Nobody believes you.
Nobody. No sé por qué.
No, I was born and raised in Vallejo, California. And I worked in healthcare for about 15 years before we moved here to Idaho. We've been here almost 10 years now.
Nice.
And worked for the sheriff's department for a little bit, worked for the state police for a little bit, and then got into real estate to help Danny. And so it's been very rewarding, very exciting.
Yeah.
I started getting busy. So I was like, I need somebody I can trust, right?
Right.
So I got my partner. We've been together 24 years. So,
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a long time. We'll be 23 years married this year, right?
23.
I'm a good one.
Yeah.
Takes a special
Wait. I gotta ask. Okay, what's the date and year?
July 12th.
Correct.
Think about it. Not 23.
22.
No.
2012.
No. July 12th, 03.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I said.
That's what you meant. That's right. Hey, at least he got the 2 digits.
I tell you,
right?
It's easy. It's a year before Bella was born.
Yeah, don't ask me the kids' birthdays. I didn't write this down. I was there. I'm a good dad. Try to be.
Oh, goodness. Sorry, I didn't mean to put him on the spot or anything like that. But hey, at least you knew the month and the day. That's a plus, man. A plus. Big time.
Yeah,
so awesome. Well, congratulations. That's
Thank
a long
you.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it takes a special special person to work with your spouse
Yeah.
all day.
Yeah.
And then come home and be with your spouse
Oh,
all night.
right.
She's so lucky. So lucky. Yeah.
So lo que está diciendo Megan es que, pues,
Rica, ella está muy rica.
es la mano derecha de Gianni. So los dos son bienes y raíces. Ella le ayuda, pero lo que está diciendo que, wow, o sea, trabajar con él todo el día y luego aparte de eso llegar a la casa y toda la noche, pues ya se pueden imaginar de poder trabajar con tu pareja, puede ser una decisión lo mejor o puede ser en veces que, Dios mío.
Cuando nosotros hacemos una cosa con amor,
Eso.
sí,
Todo sale bien.
Ajá.
Sí,
Todo
es tu
sale
mejor amiga. Honestamente, hacen una buena pareja en lo profesional, en el matrimonio. I mean, son una pareja que mucha gente puede mirar de ustedes y estar impresionados con su relación. Y especialmente que puedan trabajar juntos, porque hay muchas relaciones donde no pueden trabajar juntos. Es diferente personalities and they just, it's hard to work. What I'm saying, Megan, is like it's hard to be able to work with your spouse. It's not an easy thing. There's people that can honestly do it like very well. And there's people like, oh no, this is just not going to work. Definitely depending on your personality. And then if you like what you're doing, I think goes a long way. Right. So Danny's super blessed.
And so am I.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. That's right.
It all comes down to respect,
Yeah.
She's my wife. She's her own person.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, as a man, we want to control everything, but I was brought up, raised, and realizing that what, a woman is your partner. It's
right.
Not,
absolutely.
I'm not in control of her. She's not in control of me.
Mm-hmm.
We do things for one another because we love each other. So,
yeah.
I value her opinion. I like to hear what she has to say.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'm wrong and I need to be corrected, so the only way to see that is tenemos que escuchar y gotta have an open mind, you just gotta be respectful of each other, right?
Yeah.
And have those conversations. And that's the thing about like hiring us as a real estate agent is, you hire me as your real estate agent, you get 2 for 1.
Right.
And what you're getting is 2 people who, we have a vested interest in everybody's success, right?
Right.
If my clients fail, if your clients fail, then we all fail.
Right.
So we need to see them succeed, but it takes trust, right? They have to trust us and we have to trust them. And so, that's what we do. I mean, I know the value of $1. I was a garbage man for 21 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yo trabajaba en la basura.
Sí. En California, ¿no?
California, aquí también. 6 meses, como casi un año aquí también.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so, I know the value of $1. I know what it takes to earn $1 and how hard it is, So, and that's my thing is I want to see everybody succeed. That's the hardest part for me is explaining to people that, hey, you can buy a house, you can make it, you can make investments. Yeah. Nothing in this world has made more billionaires than real estate.
Right. Yeah.
And just trying to let people know that, look, you're paying a mortgage already because you paid a rent. Most
Correct.
people are in a place.
Yep.
So it's just, you got to choose where you want that money to go.
Yeah.
You either choose for it to go to you and your family's financial wealth, or you're going to be paying for somebody else's financial wealth. So,
correct. Yeah.
Just play your cards wisely.
Yeah, absolutely. So what caught your eye, like getting into real estate? What started that, new career? What was it that?
So we love real estate. At 20.
Yeah.
23, we were 24. Landlords, 23, 24 years old. We had 2 houses already. We're living in one. We're renting another one out. Always loved real estate. I have lots of friends and family out in California that they're involved in real estate. I was always very encouraged to get into real estate. But mi papá tenía una compañía de pintura y tenía like 20 guys working for him at one point. And we used to make good money. I'd go to the garbage, work over there and 4 hours, and then we'd go paint houses and do side work. I made good money. I was happy doing what I was doing.
Right.
And then, long story short, I ended up getting hurt. I hurt my back. They told me I needed to have a surgery to fuse my back. I didn't do it. I refused to do it. And we ended up coming up here. We were going to retire in Idaho, but we ended up coming up earlier. And working in the field over here, I got into construction, worked for Knife River for over 5 years, a little bit over 5 years, and met a lot of great people. Mucha gente muy buena que trabaja ahí, trabaja muy duro y
Trabajadores.
trabajadores, sí, mucho trabajo. And I guess I started hearing a lot of them talking negative, like they couldn't own a house, the cost was going up too fast. We got so many people moving into the valley, so the builders are just moving so fast, or they're not even putting up the homes, and people are moving in, driving up the cost. And they were just really discouraged. And I found myself having lots of conversations with people, just trying to encourage them, saying, no, si puedes comprar una casa, si quieres,
Sí se puede.
puedes, pero tienes que querer. And you
Sí.
have to, tienes que tener ganas, y you have to.
Querer es poder.
Yeah. So I just said, you know what? I prayed about it a lot, and I'll never forget, I was driving down Eagle Road one day going to another job, and I just called up my wife and I asked her, I said, hey, can you check it out and see when the next class is for me to go and get the real estate license? And she goes, hey, you know what? If you don't sign up today, you're going to have to wait like 3 months. I said, well, sign me up today. And she goes, are you sure you're going to do it this time? I said, yeah. And I went and I did it. And I just haven't looked at it. It's the best thing. It's the most rewarding job I've ever done. Is, that feeling when you give that key to a client.
Yeah.
It's, and then you help them negotiate it. So I've been a negotiator for a long time, really. When I was about 21 years old. I worked in San Mateo County as a garbage man there. That's where my dad started and retired from. My dad had 30 plus years, I believe. So I started over there, and we ended up voting a union in. And the guys, they ended up nominating and voting for me to be a part of the negotiating committee. So at like 21, 22 years old, I don't remember exactly, it was 21 or 22 years old. It was like 145 drivers at the time, I believe it was. They voted me in to negotiate their contracts. I was one of 3 guys who negotiated that contract, went in with awesome. Big bosses, and, we had the union on one side, the company on the other side, and sometimes we even had to deal with the city. So at a young age, I learned how to negotiate and how to talk to people, and, negotiating is a lot of give and take. It's not just going in there and strong arming someone. It doesn't work.
No. Yeah.
But, and then yo puedo hablar muchos idiomas también. Yo hablo inglés, yo puedo hablar español y portugués también. So eso ayuda mucho. And, that's what got us into it. I just wanted to help people.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, this is really what I want to do, is really, truly just want to help people. I think if God ever blessed us to where we were really successful, we would be helping a lot of people out there.
You are successful. And you are blessed. Yes, my friend. So they are closing deals. So just to let you guys know, they're on fire.
We are.
So no, you're super blessed and you're super busy. And I honestly do, I can say from experience that you really do take care of your clients. You don't see them as clients. And I think that's where we come to being such a great partnership, that we can work very well, because we don't see our clients as clients, we see them as family. And that's what honestly connected us right away is, we see them as family. And the other thing is, we're about to share our knowledge for you to create wealth and the possibilities of buying and investing, in real estate, and what different options there's out there for you guys to become successful. Because I've always said, if my family members, right, they're successful, I'm successful. Amen. And my partnerships as well, and so if they're successful, I'm successful, because I really do strongly believe that, in partnerships and relationships that can go very far, and helping others, you know what I mean? And when you have your hearts in the right places, it goes far. Right. And I think that that's something that I can honestly say that, brought my attention to you guys, because I know your heart is in the right places. We think very alike. We have great ideas. And at the end of the day, we want what's best for you. you know, and we want to show you how to get there, you know, and there's situations where you don't qualify, you know, but that doesn't mean the story ends there. It's just the beginning, right?
Yep.
It's having a goal plan as far as like what you need to work on, what needs to be done in order for you to qualify. And even then, to be honest with you, we have a program that we can get you qualified with 3.5%. And depending on the circumstances and the situation, I mean, so we do have a lot of different options that we can get you guys approved. And like I said, I mean, the negotiation skills, you know, getting the seller credits, what that means is getting the seller to pay all your closing costs. So really you're just coming in, maybe your down payment or maybe nothing at all, depending on your, you know, your credit, your finances, everything. There's just so much opportunity out there, you know, and being, you know, from Idaho and seeing, you know, how much it's grown, you know, and the opportunities that our state has here is beyond. But what I will have to say, everybody that's listening to me right now, if you've not bought in your home, buy now.
Yeah.
Buy now because it's getting expensive. You know, the purchase prices on the houses, now I can say it's been 3 years where they were a lot higher, you know, in Treasure Valley, they were at 420 minimal, 3 bedroom, 2 bath. That's what you were against of, you know, and then on top of that, you have the competition. So that meant that you had to overpay to even get that. There was no seller credits. The sellers weren't giving any kind of credit to pay for your closing costs because the competition that it was. Now the opportunity is amazing. You know, you can find a nice home, 320, 325, 330, 440, 350, and then it goes up from there, you know, but they're nice homes, you know, with a good purchase price. And as far as rates, guys, I'm telling you, rates are not bad at all. I mean, right now, depending on your credit, I mean, we're looking at a 5.875, maybe a 5.75, or maybe 6.5, 6.25. It just depends on your situation and your finances. But if I go way back when I bought my home, and we're talking about, I don't know, 15 years ago, my interest rate was a 5.625. That's where we're at. You know, and so there are normal rates. Obviously, the purchase prices are not the same what they used to be back then. Now they're higher, but that's what I'm trying to explain, right?
Wages also aren't the same, right? So like a lot of times people get stuck on what was in the past. You're not going to get that. I mean, you know, and if you go really far back, you know, 30 years ago, somewhere around there, you know, rates were up in like 14, 15, 16%.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, you know, houses were also cheaper back then, but they were also making a lot less money. So, you know, we can't. It's good to know the past, and it's good to try to predict the future.
Right.
You know, stay educated and know what's going on. But the only way to really be educated is to connect with some professionals. Connect with Megan and I, Erica. You know, we'll give you facts. We're going to give you the truth. You know, because what you watch on, and it doesn't matter if it's on, you know, Fox or MSN or CBS. It doesn't matter what news station. It's a generalization, right?
Right.
So a lot of times they're giving you information on the national level, and it's just not accurate for the local Treasure Valley,
your community, where you're at.
You know? So, you know, and it's not that they're giving you misinformation. It's just not correct information for our area.
Right.
So if you connect with us, we'll give you the right information here. We'll let you know what's going on. We'll put a plan together. And then when it's right for you guys, we move, you know?
Yeah.
And
Just agreeing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just, the opportunity is great, guys. It's always a good time to buy. One of the biggest mistakes I see buyers do is they watch what the other buyers are doing. So buyers are sitting on the sidelines waiting for these rates to drop. You know, they think houses are going to get cheaper. So people are just waiting, right? Don't be a follower. The ones who make it are not the followers. They're the leaders. Be a leader. Get out there and go do it. The problem is when you stop and everybody is watching from the sidelines, you know, sure, everything is kind of staying steady. But then when everybody starts hitting the market, now you got competition. That's when the bidding wars come into place.
Correct.
And that's where costs start getting driven up. And then people start acting emotional. They start making irrational decisions and paying the costs that they normally wouldn't have paid.
Right.
Because now they start getting desperate. You know, this is their 5th house that they put an offer in on, and they're getting outbid, and they just don't want to lose this one. They're getting tired of looking. Don't let yourself get in that situation. Right now is a great time. like Erica said, we're under 6% right now on the interest rates. We get seller concessions, and a lot of times
it could be even lower.
Yeah, we get rate buy downs. I mean, we closed the deal not that long ago, and it was like a 5.45, I believe. 5.4.
Yep.
Yeah. And that was when the rates were sitting at about a 6.25%, I believe, right?
Yep.
And we closed that deal in 7 days.
Yeah, we did.
So not only did we get them a smoking rate, I mean, this client is sitting real good right now with equity in their home, so it could be you too. But the thing is it takes action. It takes a decision to put yourself first and your family first. And then it takes action, which means connect with us.
Right.
Let's put a plan together, guys. If you're ready to move now, we're ready to move. We move just as fast or as slow as we need to move for anybody, right?
Right.
We've got people that it's taken us, a year to get them ready to close. And we've gotten people that we get them in here, and within 3 weeks that we're giving them the key to their house.
Right.
So it just depends, right, on your situation. So
yeah,
it's a good time though.
It is a really good time. Yeah, it really is. Just, if you have any questions or, hey, I wonder if this or don't stay with what if, like reach out. That's what we're here for. I mean, to answer your questions, to help you, to guide you. And,
one thing I wanted to touch on too, Erica, is we hear a lot of times people, and I get it, going to your sphere of influence for information is great, right? Your neighbors, your friends, your family, your uncle, your cousin, mom, dad, the thing about it is, I know they're trying to give you the best information that they can, but this is, I mean, we're constantly in classes staying updated on the new laws, the new rules, the changes. Things are always changing, right? And just remember that if your friend, your coworker, your neighbor, your parents, they bought their house 20, 30 years ago, the process for them is most likely not going to be the same.
Absolutely.
So what you need to do is, although that's nice to get that advice, don't make your plans based on that. If you want advice, you've got to go talk to the professionals, guys. Zillow is not accurate. Here in Idaho, this is a non-disclosure state. So you're looking at Zillow and they don't know what the houses are selling.
Right.
So those prices of those homes that they got over there, their estimations, sometimes they're spot on and sometimes they're off by $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 in either direction.
We just did a deal, for example, it showed a lot lower value. And then we turned up with a lot more. It was like 50,000 more.
Yeah.
And purchase price was
really good.
It was a HUD home, guys. HUD home. So, I mean, that's another opportunity there for,
at the time and you want to wait, like you're not in a hurry. HUD home, sometimes that's the way to go too, because you can get some really good deals. There's more risk involved, but we'll explain all that to you.
Yep.
Where there's no risk, there's usually no gain. And where there's more risk, there's usually more gain. So it's all about education again, guys.
Yeah. And 100%, like that's something that, they do often come around but definitely reach out if you guys are interested in that, because that was a really sweet deal and not just necessary HUD deals. I mean, we closed a deal not too long ago as well. And it was for an investor that came from Nevada. Right?
Yeah. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
That was a smoking deal.
Smoking deal.
Erica and us, Megan and I were just looking, going, I don't know what I'm going to do with this one. And all of a sudden, this thing came up and the clients up, and we went over there, looked at it, and it took some negotiating on that one, guys. But the bottom line is, we got it done.
Yep.
I mean, and they walked into a house with quite a bit of equity.
Absolutely. And purchase price was amazing. It was super low.
Unreal.
And it was a really great deal, so deals like that do come around. The important thing is being ready, being pre-approved. And then that way, if anything comes up, you guys are ready to go. And then that way, Danny and Megan, they can put in the offer and get it negotiated for you, because you guys were amazing at that. And
Thank you.
With closing costs, that's another, plus to the package. And so, so there's just a lot of opportunity out there.
These opportunities are always there, guys. They pop in and they fly off the shelf. But the only way to be able to take advantage of that, right, is to have a pre-approval. Don't be afraid of talking to Erica, because that's all private. Like the conversations that our clients have with Erica stay between Erica and the client.
Yep.
You know, the only thing I know is what they're approved for. And then, you know, we go out there and we help them negotiate that. But it's all about, you know, you've got to have those conversations. And I don't know why some people, they get really nervous about it. Don't be nervous. Don't be ashamed. We all have issues.
Right.
We all have our own sets of problems.
Yeah.
I know I had to work through certain things to get my first house. You know, I bought my first house when I was 21. I think it was turned 22 was like shortly right.
Yeah. Shortly after we got the keys.
Before I got it right after I turned 22. But I got it because I worked with a great lender out there in California, and I had a great realtor, and I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So I got the advice from people who knew how to do it, how to get me there. And that's what I did. And I just did what I had to do. You know, it's delayed gratification, guys. A lot of times people want to go buy the truck before they buy the house. So they go spend $100,000 or $120,000 on their new truck. And then they kill their credit and they think they're cool because they got a new truck. Guys, it's a mistake. If you buy the house first, I promise you the truck will come right after.
Absolutely.
You know, and this way, park your truck in your driveway, not your landlord's driveway.
Right.
You know? 'Cause, the other thing too is renting. You know, you just never know when that landlord's going to need that spot back. And then all of a sudden you have to move and you weren't planning to move.
Yeah.
And it never happens in a convenient time.
Yeah.
So it's just about, you know, take care of yourselves, plan for yourself. The earlier you do it, the better, but it's never too late.
Yeah.
Let's just get the conversation going, you know, because it's super important. There's so many great opportunities. I don't know, Erica, how many different loan programs are there? There's thousands, ain't there?
There's thousands. There's so many different loan programs that we offer. And depending, honestly, what your situation is, what your financial situation is, even business owners, there's so many different options. I mean, it's honestly, I would have to say, like, it would be very rare, like, that they don't get approved. I mean, there are some, I'm not going to say that there isn't, but again, to me, I don't see it that way because it's just a beginning, you know, it's getting that goal plan, like what you need to do, but there's just so many programs out there.
Yeah. I mean, I think,
you know, so much opportunity.
Like, I don't know if this number is right, but I had heard there's like over 6,000 different programs.
There's so many of them.
That's what we were hearing because we went to WM, right? And it was amazing. That was an amazing trip over there too. I learned so much, but, so in other words, my point is most people don't even know 6,000 people.
Yeah.
So, you know, just know that there is a program out there for you.
Yep.
There is a loan package out there for you. And if you don't qualify, then at least by talking, you're going to know how to get there. The other thing too is Erica is really good at helping you. Just know, you know, sometimes people think that if I pay off this credit card, it's going to help my credit. It's going to help my credit. Or if I close this credit card, it's going to help my credit. And in reality, sometimes that actually does the opposite for a minute.
Right.
So it's like you talk to Erica, she'll get you hooked up. She'll take a look at everything and she'll tell you exactly what to do to boost that credit.
Right.
To get you there the quickest way possible.
Yeah.
You know, don't go canceling cards. I mean, so many times we have people that they're like, yeah, I just paid this card and I closed the account. And I'm like,
oh no, don't do that.
Don't close it. Don't close it because now you have less availability to money.
Right.
So it drops that credit for a minute. You know, sometimes just paying something off initially will drop it, and then it bounces back up. So that can shut you down for 2-3 months. So if there's anything I can get out there to people, it would be start the conversation with some professionals.
Yeah.
Let us help you. You know, we're not in this just for the money. Just know that if you don't succeed, we don't succeed.
Right.
So we want to see our clients succeed. If you're not ready, we're going to tell you.
This episode is sponsored by DMP Realty. Gracias por su apoyo y por creer en nuestra misión.
Right. Absolutely. Yep.
But if you're ready and then you see that you're ready and you want it, we're here to help you and help guide you through that process so that you don't have any stress, because there's a lot of paperwork involved. There's a lot of people behind the scenes, a lot of communication back and forth. And that's what I love about Erica too. Your communication is just spot on. I mean, anytime there's anything going on, we're on top of it. We know what we're doing, and we're here to help you so that all you know is you write an offer and it got accepted.
And you're getting your keys.
And you're getting your keys. And then we'll go over for some carnitas, or you know what I mean?
Carne asada.
That's my joke.
We have, champagne at closing. We
Yeah.
might have some tequila behind the
Yeah.
scenes, but
Yeah.
no, it really is. And, that is our job. That is our job to take care of you guys and for us to do our job to deliver the keys to you guys, and our closing date and making sure that, everything's just a smooth deal. Yeah.
And there's like another
Yep.
really important thing I like to get out there too is, guys, there's lots of new builders out there and they're great. I mean, they're great. Despite what you're hearing out there, they all do a fantastic job. They're building beautiful homes. They're going to be here way longer than what any of us are going to.
Right.
And I'm just here to tell you, they are building great homes out there, guys. So, if you ever want to go see those, just know that, those agents that work for those builders are also great people. They're doing a much needed job. But just know that, they work for the builder. Okay. So just like you wouldn't go to court and represent yourself,
Right.
you want to make sure that you have an agent that's on your side representing your best interest. Because those agents that work there, they work for the builder. So they're getting paid by that builder to represent the builder. You want to have somebody on your side. So make sure that you hire your own agent to take you there. If you apply online or you go in there and you register, then sometimes it makes it difficult depending on who the builder is, for us to go in there and represent you. We can always go in there, but then you're going to have to pay that cost out of pocket. It's going to have to be something that you're going to have to pay, where normally we can just get that put in the offer for the builder to pay our fees. So it's a win-win for a buyer. We go in there, we represent you. By law, we have to represent your best interest. That's what the contract that spells it all out in there. And the seller's going to pay the cost. We put it on there.
Yeah.
If they refuse to, then that's your choice. If you want to pay the difference, or if you want to move on and look at another one.
Yeah.
But if you ever get an itching to go and see new homes, just have your agent take you.
Yeah, and they all have different incentives too. That we can use to cover your closing costs, pay down your interest rate. They have great, upgrades. That's true. And
CBH just slashed their prices.
Wow.
They're it's I can't remember exactly, but they just slashed their prices. Up until January 1st, all the way through December 2025. They were giving up to $50,000 in concessions,
depending on the purchase price.
Correct. Yeah.
Guys, that's a lot of money. I don't know how long. I think it's safe to say most Idahoans would take you a long time to save $50,000, and CBH was offering that.
Yep.
Like I said, that was based on your purchase price. I believe it was 20 to 50.
I think.
Right?
Or
Yeah.
30
Depending on
to
the
50,
price.
somewhere in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. And, guys, so there's a lot of opportunities like that too, where it's huge, where January 1st, they didn't, they're not extending that program as of right now. They can always bring it back. They always got an incentive, but they did cut their prices. So
which is nice.
Really,
that's a great opportunity too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yep.
Because you're going to get that home for that much cheaper, and that
for the
purchase
lower
price lasts the whole time you own the property.
Absolutely.
It never changes.
Yeah.
So there's lots of opportunity out there, guys. The other thing too is, if you're renting, the thing about renting is my advice to you is, if you have to rent the smallest place you can get away with. Don't go rent the biggest place, because then what happens is, when you go to buy, you're going to probably qualify for less, and you're going to feel like it's a downgrade, and it's actually an upgrade. But if you're renting a 3,000 square foot house, and then you try to buy and you're only going to qualify for at a certain point, and it's only going to get you a 2,000 square foot home, you're going to feel like you're downgrading. But don't look at it that way, guys. You're actually upgrading, because now you're an owner.
Right.
And then-
100%. Yeah.
And you take your steps, right?
And you get that equitable title.
Yeah. Which is huge, right? Because then you can turn around and sell it. We get you in the house, and the market goes up $100,000, $120,000, $150,000, and you call Megan and I back out there, and we run a CMA, which is a comparative market analysis, and tell you where your house is worth. And then you talk to Erica, get a loan, and then you're like, okay, I can get a loan. I can get this much. And then you upgrade, just roll that money into it.
And then we get to go shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
I like to shop.
Yeah.
You gotta start somewhere, guys. The
Yeah.
important thing, I saw a meme online and it just really resonated. It was two stick figures and there was two
Mhm.
ladders, and one had little steps
Mhm.
and the other one had really big steps. I think it was like 4 steps. You know?
Mhm.
The guy that was the stick figure that was on the ladder with the big steps
Mhm.
was on the ground still,
Mhm.
and the one with the small steps, he was all the way up at the top. So, guys, don't take big steps. Take little steps. Buy
Mhm.
what's comfortable for you. If you qualify for 400,000, let's get you a house around 350. There's nice homes out there because it makes you
Right.
more comfortable.
Absolutely.
And this is to also show you that we're looking out for your best interest, right?
Mhm.
Because the higher the sales price, the more money we make. But what I say is, if you qualify for 4, let's get you something a little less so you have that wiggle room in case
Mhm.
something does break. Because being a homeowner, you can't just call the landlord for them to come and fix something. You're
Yeah.
going to have to fix it.
And
Absolutely.
like what we tell our clients is just get something.
That's
Just
what I was
get
gonna
your
say.
foot in the
Yep.
door.
Mhm.
If you can't afford a single family home,
Mhm.
then get a townhome.
Mhm.
If you can't afford a townhome, then buy a condo.
Correct.
If you can't afford a condo, then let's look at a trailer because at least you own it.
Yep.
Mhm.
Even
And
if you
then
own a trailer
You
and
can
you rent
sell
the
that.
lot,
Yeah.
later on, I mean, we have a client that we're working with right now.
Mhm.
I just, it's just as soon as they tell us to pull the trigger, we're going to go for
Mhm.
it. But he's renting the lot
Mhm.
and he owns the trailer and
Mhm.
he's got quite a bit of equity on that trailer. Guys.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised at how
Just
much he's
get
got.
something. Get your foot
So
in.
he's going to sell it and
yeah.
buy a house,
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep.
and it's like, people just, you want the big house. That's great. I love it. You got to shoot for your dreams. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But you don't get there just from one big leap.
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
You start small and you just stay consistent and you
You
just
work
keep
yourself
moving
up.
forward.
Mhm.
Yep.
If you're single and you don't have a whole lot of income, Erica could get you pre-approved for a duplex, a
Mhm.
triplex, maybe even a fourplex. You can use a lot of that rent from the other units. It's what, up to 75%
Mhm.
To
of
qualify.
that rent to
To
qualify
qualify.
as income to get you in there. So you're thinking to yourself, I can never buy that. I'm only making 60 or 80,000 a year. Well, now you have the renter's income,
Mhm.
the rent that's coming in. You can
Mhm.
use up to 75% of that, guys, and then you live in the smaller unit. So it's like you're still
Mhm.
renting, but you own that equitable
Mhm.
title. You are the landlord.
Yep.
And then
Mhm.
when you get the money from there, you
Mhm.
don't just sell it, keep it. That's your retirement. Just pull whatever you need to go buy your house and then rent your unit out. And
Right.
now you're a landlord,
Mhm.
and you can achieve this in a very short amount of time, guys. There's so many ways to do it.
Mhm.
You just have to want to do it. And come
Yeah.
talk to us because we want to help. We're here to help.
Yep.
Yeah.
We love to
Absolutely.
help. I mean, every
And
client.
honestly, like I'm sure you have friends that are renting a room because even renting a room is so expensive.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So
Yeah.
you have friends that are looking to, or they live with mom and dad and they're just ready to move out, but they just can't afford it to do it all in themselves, and if you have a friend in that situation, well, hey, your friend can rent the next unit, you already have somebody there for you.
Right.
I mean, there's just so many opportunities to do that. It's just doing it. And I think knowing how to do it,
And then, you can help your friend.
Yeah.
Right. So it's
Absolutely.
like, maybe rents are going for $800, but you let your
Mhm.
buddy live in there for $600 or $700, because it works for you and it's working for them.
Yeah.
Like it's all about giving back.
Mhm.
Right. So it's like, what can we do to not only help ourselves, but help others in the meantime?
Right.
There's so many opportunities out there, people.
Yeah.
Mucha oportunidad, and nomás tienes que querer y
Yeah.
hablar con nosotros.
See.
So we're here to help.
Yeah. Yeah. And like you said, the most important thing is just buying a home.
Just
Even
get
if
in it.
just
Get
get
in
in it. Even if it's like the smallest home to start with, and then from there you can rent it out.
Yeah.
If you don't have to sell it, you rent it out, let that pay itself, with the mortgage, you're building equity.
Mhm.
You buy your other home, and then down the road, if you're wanting to buy a bigger home, or if you're wanting to invest, you want to buy a duplex, a fourplex, right? Because as we were talking, you can rent the units. That opportunity is there. And if you're needing to take any, for the down payment, you need the money, you can actually take it from your first purchase, because
Yeah.
that's the one that's going to have the biggest equity.
Mhm.
So it's like a never ending opportunity, guys. So the best advice I can give you is just buy a house. Even if it's the smallest, it's just to start with. You work yourself up, up to it. You could either sell it, you could either rent it, and then, you built yourself. It's not going to happen, as we say in Espanol, de la noche a la mañana. It's not. It takes time. But you are working towards that goal, and just the first step, do it. Buy your home. Even if it's the smallest one, it's just your starter home. And then from there, you work yourself up.
Yep. And the thing is, we work so hard out there, especially, people out there working in the fields, right? It's back-breaking work. And when you're young, you feel like you're strong and you're never going to break down and you can do it forever, but you can't.
Right.
So when you're young, you're making that money. That's good money. You got to get it and invest it so that, hopefully you can reach that retirement age and be in good health and enjoy everything. But if for some reason you get to that age and you're like, you know what, my health's just not there. I just can't do it anymore. Or I just don't want to do it anymore. Well, you can reach a point where you don't have to.
Yep.
Don't depend on employers, guys. These pensions are just not there anymore for the most part. Like I said, I was involved with the union before. And if you do have them, then, usually you have a really good pension, but they're just not around anymore. Not the way they used to be. You can build your own. And even if you do have, you can still build your own pension aside and be in control of that, and the beauty about that is when you pass on, your heirs get it. So we all love our kids, right? We say we love our kids, and I know we do love our kids. I mean, I love kids, period. It doesn't even need to be my kid, just kids in general. And it's like, if we love our kids, let's leave them something, because we all know that we're not going to be here forever.
Yep.
So let's leave them with more than our parents left us, so that eventually one day, like my dad, and my mom, when they immigrated here, they had nothing.
Yeah.
They had nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad in Portugal had a pair of shoes to go to church.
Yeah.
He was here in the States. He was very short time. He was, homeless even. And, a great man, God bless his soul, helped my dad out and gave him a job, and, and he made it.
Yeah.
But, because of his sacrifices, my sister and I had more.
Yeah.
And because of our sacrifices, our kids have a little bit more.
Yeah.
And, hopefully our kids continue that, and then they're going to have even more. And maybe at some point, the Pereira family is just not going to be, they might be a well-off family, but that's any one of us.
Right.
Right. But it takes us doing it and lead by example, show our kids, look, we made this sacrifice. This is what it is. It's about the delayed gratification, that's really tough today, because we're living in a time where everything is fast.
Yeah, you got to put it in the microwave and you want it done in a minute.
We want it done now. And then we complain because it's like, it's cold in the middle. Right?
Yeah.
We want it on the edges, but it's cold. And it's like, look, guys, if you heat up the stove, it's going to make a little bit more mess. It's a little bit more work. It's going to take a little bit longer, but it's going to be a lot better.
Yep.
And it's the same way. We just have to make the sacrifices for our families. That way, if something happens to me, if I were to die today, my wife knows that I did everything I could, and she's going to be okay. There's a plan in place in case that were to happen, and then you can continue your life, and the kids will be okay.
Yeah.
So it's nice to go out there and party, guys. I love to party too. I mean, we like to dance. You know what I mean? I mean, we like to get down.
Yeah.
Right? But let's make sure that our finances are in order.
Right.
Be safe out there. Don't drink and drive. Don't do nothing dumb. Don't mess around with drugs. Keep your head clean. Stay focused.
Yeah.
We're believers. We're all believers.
We're all believers
here.
here.
Like, put God first, and
amen.
You pray and keep your faith. And just keep trying. And like I said, advice is free. I tell everybody all the time, advice is free, and it's amazing. There's a small amount of people that actually bite that hook, where you would think that they would jump on it, but I think it's people get like they question, is this really real? Maybe.
Yeah.
Or they get scared and just,
Yeah.
But just get the advice, guys. It's free. It's free.
Or they feel like they're going to be judged, right? I think that's what holds a lot of people.
Big thing.
And I think there's probably a lot of people out there too that probably think in their head, oh, I'm I'm not going to
There's no
qualify.
way.
There's no
Yeah.
way I'm going to qualify.
Yeah.
They
But
just assume.
but they
punch their
do,
numbers in
Mhm.
online somewhere. They chat GPT it, or it's like, guys, these things are all good tools. They're great tools, but
Mhm.
they're not the end all be all.
No, they're
And
not.
You're not going to be judged coming and talking to us. If you're not ready, we're just going to try to help you get there.
Yep.
Yeah.
But like the old adage goes, we can lead a horse to water, but we can't make him drink. So it's going to take
Yep.
work on your end too. But we're here to help you. We're here to guide, and
Mhm.
we're here to teach you, and get you to the finish line.
Yeah.
And I want to see every one of my clients do better than I ever did.
Amen. Yeah.
Like, that's my goal.
Yeah.
Like, I could say, you know what? I turn on the TV and I see this billionaire on TV, and I'll be like, I got him his first house. Like, yes, like, that's awesome, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
so it's like, don't be jealous of anybody. It's okay to desire something that someone has, right? Like, you see that house or you see that car. It's good to want, but don't be jealous. Don't envy.
Yeah.
If anything, use it as a goal to get there, and admire the person. Be like, hey, maybe pick their brain a little bit. How'd you get that? How'd you
Yeah.
do this? And then just talk to us, and we can show you a plan, a roadmap on how to get there. Because
Yeah.
any one of you can do it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you're definitely not going to be judged with us.
Yeah.
No.
And we, was it a couple weeks ago? We got a call from a former client, and this was one
We love
where,
these calls.
Yeah.
this was a client where he was really nervous, and by himself, just a single income, and just was just really scared to kind of jump in, and pulled back for a little bit, and then jumped back in it, and we closed the deal, and we got the keys.
Aw.
And then
That's awesome.
we call in and check in on our clients after they close, just say hi, make sure everything is
Good.
they're doing okay. And he goes, Danny was like, how you doing? And he was like, this was the best thing that I could have ever done. And he was just saying,
Bless his
I want to thank you so much for being there for me, and telling me that I could do this, because my life has changed so much, and he's so happy, and it's just so rewarding, to see that.
Yeah.
And it was, like this individual, like others too, I've had pep talks with them. The thing about coming to Megan and I and Erica is, we're, like, especially me, I'm a guy, right? There's two ladies here by me. I'll tell you about this.
Wait, is that a good thing or a bad thing? What are you trying to say?
No, I'm a little more rough around the edges. They're little sweethearts, right? I'm just saying, like, I talk to all my clients like you're my own brother or sister.
Yeah.
And, of course it's always professional, but
Right.
I'm going to speak the truth to you.
Yep.
And, sometimes the truth might hurt. But it's like going and you're playing a sport and the coach is yelling at you. Is that coach not like you? No, that coach wants you to be the best player out there on the field.
Absolutely.
He wants
Correct
the
you.
team to win.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, when you come to me, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm always going to be respectful, but I'm going to tell you the truth, because the
Right.
thing about me is, I'd rather lose a deal than get it through lies and deception.
Absolutely.
I don't want deals like that. And I've actually had some people that try to work with us that I've actually refused to work with them.
Mm-hmm.
So, I want to help good people who want to do good.
Mm-hmm.
A good transaction is, and a transaction is, there's a seller and there's a buyer,
Mm-hmm.
right? So a transaction happens between a seller and a buyer in real estate, right? And a good transaction is when the seller is paid a fair price,
Mm-hmm.
and the buyer paid a fair price.
Right.
Agents involved got paid for their time, and everybody's happy, right?
Yep.
At the end of the day, when we're done with our deals,
Mm-hmm.
and we go walk, the Caldwell Lights, or we're going to go to Costco, or we're going to go to a parade, or we're going to go to the fair, and we run into these people that we've done transactions with,
Mm-hmm.
I want everybody to be happy.
Right.
We should be able to see each other and buy each other a drink, give each other a hug, and be like, hey, how's the house? What are you doing? How's this going? We don't want it to where you see someone and then you're looking down and you're trying to go away, and it's like, it's a bad deal, right?
See.
So there's some people where they're selling and they want an astronomical price for their home. It's worth $500. The comps support $500, and they want $550 or they want 600, because their house is special. It's like, that's not fair because it's just not worth that in today's market.
Right.
Right. So we're going to show you the comps, and the comps are the homes that recently sold in your area that are likable to yours. They have the same amenities. They're really, really similar. And those are the comps. And if they're selling for 500, yours is right around that 500.
Right.
It's not at 550. It's not at 600, and so there's some sellers that's what they want, thankfully we haven't dealt with any of those, but there is some that's what they want. And then there's buyers where they think that the only way to get a good deal is to screw the seller, right? So that means that the seller's house is worth 500. That's where the comps are, but the buyer wants to get it, maybe they got cash and they want to go in and they want to get it for 450 because they think it's gonna. Well, how do you know that ain't an old lady or an old man that's lived there their whole life and maybe their spouse died and now they're forced to sell? We're not in the business to take advantage of anybody. Like those, if that's how a person is, that's not for us. Like, we're not going to be good with. We want to make sure that everybody is taken care of. Right now, of course, we're going to represent our clients if they're buyers or sellers to the best of their ability, right? To the best of our ability. But at the same time, there comes a point where, is it ethical?
Right.
It's got to be ethical what we're doing. It's the right way to do things, and I believe that karma just comes back and rewards you for doing it.
Yeah, 100%.
So there's lots of great opportunity and lots of good people out there that are willing to negotiate, that really do want to work a deal. And we're here to fight for you, and we're here to make sure that if there is someone shady on the other end, they're not going to take advantage of you. That's 'cause we're not going to let that. We're going to point it all out to you, show you what's going on. Contracts, don't be afraid of contracts, guys. It's just the way that it goes. We have to be in contract, right? To do things. I mean, you can work with us as a customer too, but there's still going to be something that's the same.
Yeah.
It's like, we're going to explain everything to you. We'll let you know what it means. If you're a first time buyer, we go through every single line with you. I'm not just one of those agents. I tell you, here, sign here, sign here, sign here. You leave there not even knowing what you did. We want to explain it to you so that you understand. You're going to forget, but at least in the moment, you're going to understand. Then you can always call us.
Yeah.
Call me, call Erica, call Megan. We're always here. We'll always answer your questions. And if we don't have the right answer, we have access to the right answer.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. And we try to make the process streamlined for our clients.
Yeah.
We don't want them to worry about anything. The only thing they have to worry about is where to meet us, what time to sign the papers so we can give them the key. There's a lot that we do behind the scenes that, our clients don't know about, but that's our job to take care of that so that they don't have to worry about that. We don't ever want to bring a problem to them. We make so many calls, emails, contracts, negotiating, so much behind the scenes, but that's what we love to do so we can make it easy for them.
Y otra cosa también is we work not your normal 9 to 5, right? I mean, we are like some of your rare people in the business that, if
24/7
all the time.
If you call us at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, you're 99% chance going to get an answer.
Yeah.
So if you're working a weird shift, a swing shift, graveyard, whatever. I mean, I get up every morning. I start my day really early. I go to the gym and get, I have
2
to go
a.m.
in
He's a maniac.
2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning. That's like my time. So if you call me or you text me at that time, you're going to get a response. And it's like, we're always on the clock, guys. So that's the thing. If you don't ever feel like, oh, it's too late. If you get off, call me. If for some reason I am sleeping, because I do have to sleep, I just set the phone to sleep.
Yeah.
So you're not going to wake me up. You just leave me a message. But if you do leave me a message and it's 1 a.m, and you don't tell me that, hey, I'm going to sleep, Danny, I'll be available at 9. Don't be surprised if I call you at 1:30. I'm going to be like, oh, they're awake.
I'm calm right now.
So I got that blue collar work ethic,
Yeah.
That's what I got up at 1 a.m. for over 20 years. That's what I did. And I just have to maintain it.
Yeah, we work hard for our clients, so we're available all the time.
Yeah. Always here. And that's the thing I just absolutely love about you too, Eric, is we've been on the phone at 10 o'clock at
Mm-hmm.
night, 10:30 at night,
Mm-hmm.
making sure that deals are going to go through.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
Yep.
it's just how it is, and we do this because we want you to succeed. We want
Right.
things to work out. And we understand that, I mean, geez, a lot of our clients that we deal with, mucha gente trabaja like 6 a.m. till 6, 7 at night.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like, how do these people get help if we're not
Mhm.
available
Yeah.
after hours? That's what we do. We're usually always here. I mean, we're gone very, very, very few times, right?
Yeah.
Always available.
We try to accommodate our clients' schedules as best we can. If we have to move something around to accommodate, if they have to work late, or if we have an appointment set up and they have to cancel or reschedule because they got stuck at work, we try, everything we can to
Yeah.
to
And you
change it
guys are
around.
very flexible. I
Yeah.
mean, we've worked several deals and our clients, they're super happy. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
anytime, it's not an impossible.
No, no,
We make it possible.
nada es imposible. Right?
Yeah, nada es
Nada, nada,
imposible.
nada. So,
Yeah.
that's what we do. We make it work. Make it work, right?
Yeah.
Get done. And we're partnered up with great escrow officers too, that
Mhm.
they're like-minded as well.
Yep.
They do a lot of work behind the scenes too. They're the ones who handle all the money, So,
Yeah.
and we have them in play too. That they're just like us. We've been on the phone really late at night on the weekends. If we have to, that's what we do. So
Yeah.
don't feel like your hours are gonna stop you, because they don't.
Yeah.
Not enough, guys. We can still make it work. Only thing is, you don't want to see a house when it's dark outside. You want to be able to see it at least before you
In the
ride it out,
daylight.
or in the day, right? You want to be able to see the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And be able to
but-
see the backyard and the front
Yeah.
yard and all that.
Mhm.
But we can always get that scheduled in,
Mhm.
and then if the house is vacant, we get in there whenever you want to get in there.
Mhm.
They're open. If they have if they're occupied, the owner's
Yeah.
living in it, then we have to be respectful of that. There's a family in there, so we have to schedule an appointment.
Yeah.
But we can always schedule that around whatever works for
Mhm.
you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys, just like Danny and Megan said, honestly, there's a lot of opportunity. Nothing is impossible. I mean, I love that verse. Nothing is impossible for
Nothing.
God. So
Nope.
I'm a strong believer of that. And the opportunity is there. It's just honestly for you to reach out. And like I said it before, don't stay with what if.
No.
Or maybe, or no, it's impossible. I can never do this because I had a medical collections and had an accident, or I had to file bankruptcy. That doesn't stop you. I mean, the opportunity is there. There's different programs for that. Definitely reach out to us if you guys have any questions.
Yeah.
Megan and Danny,
Mhm.
they're amazing real estate agents. They got tons of experience. They're great at negotiation. They know all the subdivisions, all the new communities coming up, where you want to be, what you're looking for. I mean, they're experts. So definitely reach out to them. And if you guys have any questions on the lending side, definitely reach out to me. And thank you so much for being in Rumbo al Éxito.
Thank
You sharing your story. Yes, it's a pleasure. Yes, absolutely. And so definitely listen to this podcast because there's a lot of great information. And you definitely don't want to miss out. So, nos vemos pronto y que viva el rumbo al éxito.
Gracias por escuchar Rumbo al Éxito. Recuerda, tus sueños están más cerca de lo que piensas. Nos vemos en el próximo episodio. This episode is sponsored by DMP Realty. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on all our social media platforms.